Okay,
Lucia.
all right. Tell us
I'm ready.
why you're mad.
And there's a lot of possibilities this week. I thought of the Nets, who for some ungodly reason benched everybody against the Bucks around Christmas. What a disgrace. I thought of Stevie A with the traffic there at the Rose Bowl, but we've already used that. I thought of McDermott, of course, with the halftime, not showing the Miami-Baltimore score. What a joke that was in Buffalo. But I found 3 others.
Okay.
Number 1, and I know we've spent 1,000 days on this stupid play. I'm going to look at this a different scenario. Detroit and Dallas there on Saturday night. What is Dan Campbell doing? Dan, you didn't get you got a bad call. I don't care what Swagoo says. You got a bad call. That was obviously Brad Allen screwed up. We understand that. But how in the world, when you get the ball at the 7, do you decide to go for it again? The gods of the football gods, Danny, are talking to you there. Hey, nice play. It didn't work out. Kick the extra point, got to overtime. They had 2 home games on the line right there, and he's trying to score a 2-point play from the 7, albeit he got a break on the offsides. Still, it is pushing the envelope way too far. Kick the extra point. Get into OT. Dallas is nervous. You're going to get them all riled up. They blew the lead. I cannot believe this guy decided. I understand being aggressive, but let's not be stupid. You didn't get the 2-pointer originally. You're not getting it back-to-back times. Get the overtime from the 7. Kick the ball, please. That's number 1. Number 2, how does the NFL? Hey, Raj, message for you. I think the world's seen enough of Brad Allen. Okay, he was completely lost on Saturday night. The whole world knows it, and the NFL is not saying anything about that yet, which they should. And now I got to see Brad Allen on Saturday afternoon against the Steelers and the Ravens in a national televised game. Brad, go to Foxborough and do the Jets-Patriots when nobody's watching. Nobody in the world wants to look at Brad Allen on Saturday in a big game in Baltimore. I can't believe the NFL gave him that game after what he did on Saturday night. So the both of them, Campbell, awful stupidity. And Allen, a disaster, is going to look in our faces again in 3 days. Both. Number 1. That is right on. That is right on. That is the way you do it, what I'm mad about. That is right on. Let me hear.
You're right. You're right. I can't disagree with you, especially about the officiating work in Saturday's Pittsburgh-Baltimore game. Why? You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Kimberly?
In fairness to Dan Campbell, we like aggression, right? We like aggressiveness. We like guys believing in their team, no?
Not from the 7.
Ooh, all right.
Number 2.
My bad.
Number 2. Listen, this is the first time in the history of this little stupid segment that they're going to be on twice. How about Florida State on Saturday afternoon? All those blowhards, those political blowhards, I know who you are. I'm going to name names, I don't care.
Preach.
All those blowhards writing letters to the college football playoff.
Ron DeSantis.
Thank you. Rubio, all upset about the idea that Florida State got ripped off out of the college playoff. You could argue that all day. Florida State had a chance of redemption to prove to the world that they belong because they were playing Georgia in the Orange Bowl. Georgia, 2-time national champ, Georgia. So what does Florida State and its players do? 29 players opted out of that game for a variety of reasons. So they go to the Orange Bowl on Saturday before New Year's when people are paying their hard-earned money to travel to Fort Lauderdale to go to that game, and they show up like they don't even care, and they lose 63-3. And Georgia, who has won 2 championships in a row, shows up. Kirby Smart gets his guys to play the wide receiver who's been hurt. McConkey played, and they blew him out. And Florida State, that spent 3 weeks moaning and groaning about how they got royally screwed, they show up at that game in the Orange Bowl in front of all those fans, and they lose 63-3 with a bunch of amateurs after they moaned and groaned about how they were messed up. Oh, that is such an unbelievable disgrace. I could not believe what they did on Saturday. The Seminoles, you are a disgrace to college football. You ruined them. Even Smart couldn't believe it. And Georgia played the game like they're supposed to play the game.
Let me say this. Number 1.
I'm right in there, too.
I'm actually
you're
a
right.
little scared of him right
Hold
now.
on, y'all. I had the pleasure of meeting Marco Rubio when I was in the finals. We were at the same studio. I like Marco Rubio a lot. I was ashamed he got involved in that. Ron DeSantis tried to make political points. You see that didn't work out for him. Here's the deal. Florida State is an absolute disgrace. I'm going to say this, doggy, they didn't show up because the last thing they wanted was to show up, get their ass kicked by Georgia, which would have validated all the noise about them being kept out of the college football playoff. Their thinking was if the 29 players don't show up and we get blown out by a two-time national champion over the last 2 years they still are until Monday night, okay, in Georgia, well, then guess what? We could say our players didn't show up. That's what they did. They think they were being slick. It was a disgrace. Florida State should be ashamed of itself. And I hope everybody remember the names of the people that didn't play.
Good job. Kimberly, you agree, right?
I am not disagreeing with you.
All right. New Year's Day, I'm watching all the football. Gummy. Yeah, you're damn right. Gummy.
Damn right.
Oh, full
New
gummy
Year's
or
Day.
half? Full
After
half.
brunch.
Full
No,
or
a half, and then another half during the Washington game. But that's neither here nor there. And I look at I'm watching the television, ESPN, all the games. And then in the background, I see the new ESPN commercial. Watching ESPN. And I'm waiting for my time. This great spot. Look at this. Adam Schefter's in the mix. We have all the people on the rollerblades. They're in the mix. Watch this. And now these two. So I say, geez, where am I going to be? And I see McAfee eventually. I see the games. I see everything. Adam Schefter. And you know what? They didn't put me on the commercial. How dare they? The bosses at ESPN. After I scream and yell every week to act like an idiot and get myself yelled all over the place on the internet, so we moved the needle. You think maybe I could get 3 seconds on that stupid 60-second spot you did? You put Stephen A on there. What does he ever do? And McAfee! McAfee! He just got here. I've been here for 2 years. And then last night, I'm at Cherry Street in New Canaan with the family, and the commercial comes up, they all watch, and I wasn't on it! You embarrassed me! That's number 3.
There's an easy explanation for that. A couple of things. Number one, we moved the needle Monday through Friday, not just Wednesdays. That's number one. Number two, and most importantly, maybe if you put in more hours and worked more than 1 day a week, you would have been on.
What are you telling me?
I'm telling you, you don't work enough.
I don't work right now.
That's right.
You're on it right there. Look at you.
The needle.
Look at you.
I was an intern at ESPN at 22 years old.
And they didn't put me on here.
Freaking
Kimberly, you should be annoyed.
I'm not in it.
All the work you do bouncing around America doing the football, and they put him in there.
They don't care.
Oh, my gosh. After I scream and yell one more time, God, strike me down.
You have to work more.
You're out of your mind.
You got to work more.
You are
got to put in more
out
hours.
of
You got to put in
your
more
mind.
days. And then after that, we can talk.
Here's the good news. Mad Dog Radio channel that you own,
Yeah, I don't
do
know
a
any.
commercial.
Nobody listens to that thing. They watch this.
Well, when I'm on Sirius XM, they listen to me there too.
Okay.
Don't
see,
pat
I
yourself on the back.
I'm just saying.